better unmute everyone. I forgot to do that. There you go. Unmute Mr. Brady. All right. Anyway, hello and welcome to THFC Till I Die, home of Tottenham past, present, and an exciting feature and Postecoglou. And welcome to everyone. Welcome to our Patreon member Boris as well. If you do want to become a Patreon member, please do hit the link in the description page. And we will meet. We are going to do a video, a pre-record up today or tonight about the Patreon, what it's about, what you get with it, and what will happen to it when we get our channel memberships back. But don't worry, you will get your benefits. Well, tonight we are joined by three amazing footballing brains in the world of YouTube. We're joined by the legend that is Philip, the Godfather Brady, who's just apparently watched the greatest hurling or sporting event the world has ever seen. I would disagree because I thought the Grand Prix was absolutely epic as well. So that will match that sport.
It doesn't even come close, though. It doesn't even come close. Sorry.
Didn't win. McLaren got a 1-2 at the Hungaroring. Oscar's won his first ever race from McLaren, so that will come close. We've got a happy column down below because Manchester United beat Rangers, and I was happy to beat Rangers as well. So it was a double day for me and column. And then up the top, I really can't describe what he is. I can't describe who he is. It just brings
you never seen a cucumber before there, man?
Yeah, well, I got stuck between a cucumber, which can be used for other activities, and
it's not even the watershed. You got to wait till 9 before you can start saying that.
Hope YouTube aren't listening.
Or something else you put into your shepherd's pie or lasagna or spag bowl. But who are you?
I'm a cucumber with a jockey hat on, so obviously I'm a pilot of some kind, and I've crash landed. Can't you tell? I've crash landed on an alien planet.
He's not. He's lying to you. I know exactly who he is.
Who is he?
Come on, Encom. Spill the beans or the cucumber.
He's Pickle Rick, Morty. He's Pickle Rick.
Is my sound all right, by the way?
No, it's okay, but it's a little bit jerky.
How's that now?
Go on, say a bit more.
Yeah.
How's that now? Is that better?
No, there's still something there.
It's a little crackling a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's not too bad, but it's just it's not perfect. You know, it's not perfect.
Is that better now?
Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah.
Anyway, is that okay?
Still a little. Go on, it's a little.
Nicely
bit.
Philip, you take over, and then I'll come out.
No. Right. Where have I gone to? Right. No, Jim, I wasn't criticizing. You're just saying that your sound is reasonably okay. It's just there's a little bit of a noise coming through, and it might be, just to let you know about it. But anyway,
crackle, yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Seeing I've been thrown into the deep end here. What was I going to say to you? Yeah,
how's that? Is that better?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, go on. Go on back.
Yeah, because I just changed it. I just had to come off to change settings.
Yeah,
that was all. Yeah, go on, Philip. Go on. Welcome people into the chat. You were halfway through it anyway. So.
No, well, at the moment, the Spursicus is in the chat saying hail. Bit of hail Caesar, that one. And hiya Spursicus. And DJ Samuel is also there saying good evening, everyone. And yeah, just to clarify what I was saying about the match I was watching today. I mean, it was on. They showed it on BBC Two in the UK today. And some of the comments that are coming back have been unbelievable. It was probably the greatest hurling match in living memory. It went extra time, and Clare beat Cork by 1 point. There were 67 scores in the match. Incredible game. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, this is the follow-up to the Q.P.R. Spurs game yesterday with a few talking points to do with it. And I think, Dermot, you've got a transfer news you want to divulge first, haven't you?
We have. Well, look, I was on late last night talking about Herbier. I can't even say his bloody name. Herbier. I can't. Look, I've got it. I've been saying it right for the last 2 years, and now I can't get his name right.
Call him P.E.H.
P.E.H. I don't know why. For the last 2 years, I've got his name spot on. Tonight, I cannot get it right. Anyway,
he's gone now. You see, he's gone. That's the reason he's gone.
He's gone, yeah. Marseille have agreed to sign Tottenham midfielder HOJBJERG on a loan with an obligation to buy. The total package could be worth a potential €20 million, £16.9 million. Philip,
That's low.
look,
That's low.
again, but do you want to say, again, this channel's doing what this channel does best?
Yeah. Like there was a lot of rumors yesterday, a lot of talk on the various social medias that Marseille were in for HOJBJERG. But as Dermot went on stream last night late, about 11 o'clock or half 11, to announce an exclusive announcement that nobody else had got, that the deal had actually gone through, and Pierre-Emile HOJBJERG is no longer a Tottenham player. He's moved to Marseille on a loan with an obligation to buy deal. And it was some 8 hours later before our friends at Sky News decided to make the news public as well. But we got it. Dermot got in first, as we do on this channel, because we don't clickbait. We only report transfers that are very likely to happen or have happened. We don't speculate. We don't say Spurs are going to sign Kylian Mbappe from Real Madrid or things like that. We only deal in facts.
Yeah, we do. And look, I'm going to go to the Tequila. Look, it is true, isn't it? We are the channel for trusted transfer news. And Philip is right. We broke the Harry Kane news first. We broke Ange Postecoglou news first. We're the first out there for everything. And it's what you expect from this channel, isn't it, Tequila?
Well, Sky Sports go home at 10. I'm pretty sure about that. Bless them.
Yeah.
They don't even work past it. 10 a.m. Whereas Dermo, fair play, mate. You coming on at 12 a.m. So that's dedication for you. So you guys know that Dermo's the man. So we all know that Dermo's the man for doing stuff like that. You're crazy, bruv. But as for who they're going, I actually think the fee's a little low. I'm a bit surprised it's a low. I won't lie, because I thought he was one of the most sellable assets we have, and then we've ended up that again. It's another one of these loans. Now, even if it goes through, I just think it's a little low in today's market, considering the craziness, right?
It's roughly what we paid for him, though, isn't it? It's roughly what we paid for him.
Yeah, but he's an international player. And okay, so he's not a first team regular really, but he's still a decent squad player. And to not even get 20 million from him, 20 million, sterling, I think it's a little low. I would have thought maybe 30 would be what I thought. I think it's a little low. So maybe I don't know. Maybe he rejected other clubs who were willing to buy him. Maybe he wants to go to Marseille. It's a nice place to live, I suppose.
Well, they've just bought Mason Greenwood as well, by the way.
Yeah.
As well.
But they're not in Europe. They're not in Europe next season. Yeah. Marseille only finished 8th in the French league, so that makes it a little surprising. I thought would have been other teams in for Pierre that might have gone there to have a European.
I would have thought so as well. Yeah.
Colin?
So I'm a little bit surprised.
Yeah, Colin. Do you want to add anything about this channel and why us and the Full-Time Sports Network is your trusted news source, and that's really is becoming clear that we are the trusted YouTube channel on YouTube for these news and breaking news.
Yeah, I mean, you broke a lot of the news, to be fair. Obviously, your sources get very good information, and they try and make sure that you guys get the information first. Obviously, you've got that it's a £16.9 million deal. I mean, that's probably going to vary, to be fair, because I've seen reports saying, 13.5, 15 million, 16.8. So we'll have to wait and see on the actual figure. But yeah, I mean, you guys smash it out of the park every time. King of the transfers.
Yeah. They've renamed me Dermo for Dermo Romero. They've named Philip now Philip the Godfather, the transfer king. They've called Tequila he's not Sky Sports News anymore. It's Tequila Sports News. There you go, Tequila. And Colin is, he's like Colin O'Keefe. He's the other man. Who's the other news YouTube Spurs streamer? What's his name? He's a reporter.
Alistair Gold. Can I be Alistair Gold?
Yeah. There you go, Philip.
Hello, everybody.
There you go. There's your name now, Philip
Gold here.
Do you know one thing I'm just surprised about? The last time PEH played at Marseille, he dumped them out of Europe in 2022 when he scored that last-minute goal that put us through to the top of the group in the Champions League. Yeah. So I hope they haven't got long memories.
Well, I've actually got a little bit of interesting information about this HOJBJERG deal.
Yeah.
Because obviously De Zerbi is the manager over there now, isn't he?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And De Zerbi had Højbjerg on the top of his list to transfer to Brighton if he would have stayed.
Interesting.
Ooh, that is it. And I did hear that. But I'm going to leave this there. Again, we broke the news. Again, we're top of the tree. Again, we're a channel where you can get your absolute 100% kosher transfer news. And do you know what I mean? I think it's right, isn't it, Philip? We've always tried to give the right news in this channel. We've never clickbait. We've never gone into news.
Clickbait is what it says. Looking for clicks when there's no substance behind the news. There's no point in doing that. There's enough fake news out there. We're not going to add to it.
No, I mean, if it's a rumor, we'll say it's a rumor. If it's correct news, we say it's breaking news. We've always been clear on that. But yeah, Højbjerg is gone. I'm sad to see him go, to be honest, Philip. I really am sad to see him go. He's one of my favourite players. I've got a shirt with his name on the back of. What you're going to have to now put into a frame now and retire. So Højbjerg's going. So who, with Højbjerg leaving, guys, and this is where I want to start the show. With Højbjerg leaving, who replaces him? Does Ramsey start to come in? Is there anyone else that you want? Pardon?
I think we've already bought the replacement. That's Archie Gray.
Yeah, well, with Ramsey also coming in, Lo Celso must be going probably the other way. Is there any other players you would like to see Tottenham go for in that number 6 role? And who wants to kick off on this one?
Can I start that one? Do you know who I would go for?
Yeah.
And it's a long shot. I heard that West Ham were interested in him, and I know he's 32 or 33, but I would go for N'Golo Kante. That guy he's like a Duracell bunny box to box. Great destroyer of attacks and that. I know he's probably doesn't fit our age profile, but I'll tell you one thing: if he was for the right money, I don't think he's too happy out in Saudi. He'd be one I'd go for.
I mean, Keeler and Column. Do you want to add anything to that? I mean, it's a good shout from Philip. Very good shout. Is there any other players to Keeler you would like to see?
I like just as a flat number 6. I like the kid from Everton. What's his name? Nana, is that it?
Nana. Is he not going to Villa?
Oh no.
Yeah, he's gone Villa.
Yeah,
he's gone to Villa. Yeah.
Is he already gone? Is he already gone to Villa?
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, I heard that he's gone as well. I heard that news.
Villa are fucking amazing. I love Aston Villa. They're making so many good signings the last couple of years. Great.
Are you becoming the Villa fan, Tequila?
No. Although I'd have a soft spot because I spent a little bit of time in Wolverhampton. But
do we have a traitor in our? Do we have a Spurs?
Not a traitor, but I really like the manager, right? I really like him.
Yeah, I know you.
Even though he was an Arsenal manager, even though he managed Arsenal.
I didn't like him at Arsenal, but I liked him when he was at Villarreal. I really liked what he did at Villarreal.
And you're a big Villarreal fan.
I easily would have taken him at Spurs. I would have, and I think it would have been quite fun because of how Arsenal treated him. I think he would have been quite a fan favourite actually because of how Arsenal treated him. I think he would have been had a lot to kind of like want to get him back. So, but no, it is what it is. But no, I just Villa have made some real good signings. What can I say? I think he's a great player. He would have been my choice anyway. So for that role, I didn't realise
Ramsey could be coming in with his Celso going the other way. Colin, and I'll start with you, Colin. Then I'll work my way back up. Colin, is there anyone else? I know you're a Man United fan, but if you were a Spurs fan, is there anyone else would you bring in for a number 6 role? Or do you think Ramsey or Archie Gray can fill that role?
You know what, right? Yeah, this is no disrespect to you guys or anything like that, but I would go for a player that you are actually linked with at the moment, and that is Scott McTominay. He doesn't fit the Manchester United system. Yes, you are linked with him at the moment, yeah. He doesn't fit the Man United system, but I think he'll fit perfectly well into an Ange system.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you one thing. McTominay rescued United numerous times last season. But, you know, he strikes me, he seems to be popping it more in the forwards than back in the midfield. You know, he seems to be...
Isn't he your best striker, Tom?
No, we've got Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee, mate. And we've got
Yeah,
Rudy.
you
I
got Zoe,
wouldn't say no to McTominay. I wouldn't actually. No, I wouldn't.
You bring Rude back, Com. You bring Rude on. I'm sure he can make something big.
as well.
So look, so McTominay. I mean, is that a realistic transfer? Is that just is a rumor at the moment? But is it a deal, Philip, where you think it could happen? Is it a deal where you think Ange might look at him and think, do you know what, he would be a good fit for my system because he is a good player, but is he an Ange player?
No, I don't know if he is or not. I've put that very much in the probably won't happen bracket. You know,
Yeah,
like with many others in that bracket as well. I'd say that it would be nice, but no, I don't think so. There's another comment in the player in the comment there that was linked with us a few years ago. Is Rabiot.
Yeah.
Now I'm not sure what age he is. Again, I think he might be over the wrong side of 30. But he's a good destroyer, if you like, in midfield as well. But again, might be 58 so far.
I would touch
Take him
Rabiot.
for free.
I would not touch Rabiot with a 10-foot barge pole. He's such a toxic person.
I'm against him because he told Spurs they weren't big enough from the last time we were in from, so that kind of put him off me. Put him off. But if he's a free transfer, he's the sort of one Daniel Levy would like, you know. Is he that bad, Colin? Is he a dressing room wrecker?
Yeah, his mother's his agent as well, which does not help because she sticks her nose in absolutely everything. It is a nightmare. That's why Juventus haven't renewed his contract because of how much disruption he's causing.
Could not just ban his mother from the stadium?
Well, they could, but I don't think it could down very well.
No.
Demo, we've got some questions for you in the chat from Daniela.
I'm just gonna welcome people in. Big up to Neil Shafton, welcome you in. Big up to Wayne Connor as well. Big up to Daniela. Great to see you in the chat as well. Do you still play? Yes, I do. In my career mode under Ange, we have won 3 Champions Leagues, 2 FA Cups, 1 League Cup, and a League Championship.
Good God.
And I've actually bought Bellingham as well. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Tequila. I forgot that. Yeah. Sorry. It's been one of those days. Yeah, you want. Yeah. You carry on what you're doing. Yeah, sorry. I forgot. So I do. Yeah. I do. And I enjoy it. And I've actually pre-ordered EA Sports 25. So I'm looking forward to that coming out. I actually
not touching that yet.
Would you believe it? I bought Bellingham for Tottenham. He's now a Spurs player and doing fantastically well as well.
Expensive.
So it was a little bit. Now, Philip, you and me did it yesterday. We did the pre-record. Well, not the pre-record. We did the watch along to Tottenham Q.P.R Spurs. Tottenham won 2-0. That's the stats there. Philip, possession 63% to Tottenham, 37 to Q.P.R. 10 more shots on target, total shots from Q.P.R than Tottenham, but on target we had more than Q.P.R. We had 2 off target to 5 from Q.P.R, and then 5 clear-cut chances. I mean, we could have had a hatful yesterday, to be fair, and 1 from Q.P.R. So, Philip, what are the takeaways from that? I'll start with you first. You and me did the watch along. What are the takeaways from that game yesterday? Get your thoughts and then I'll get mine.
First 20 minutes, we were untouchable, really. QPR might as well not been on the pitch. Then Bergvall got injured and we lost he was running the show. He was literally running the show. It was everywhere. Had a really, really good 25 minutes. He was gutted when he went off, but luckily the injury, I don't think it's too serious. Then we lost our way for 10 or 15 minutes. And QPR had a couple of good chances. One brilliant save, lost an absolutely brilliant save. And they could have equalised. In fact, they did equalise with the goal disallowed for offside, which is quite right. End of the second half, we kind of got our act together again. And Basuma scored that lovely goal with the 1-2. Addison, it was over to Thfc. It was a typical, play. It was one of those training ground routines that very rarely comes off on the match, but it did. It was brilliant. Second half, obviously lots of changes, nearly a completely new team. I thought most of the young kids did well. Mikey Moore did very well. I mean, his cross for the second goal was outside of the right foot. Brilliant. Really good. A couple of players I say didn't help their goals very much. One of them was Biss. I don't think he did much when he came on. I think he was quite kind of poor. Emerson Royale regained some of his reputation, if you like. He had a good game during the whole thing, and yeah, it was comfortable. The result was a little bit flattering. I felt we didn't pepper the. We weren't as prolific as we were against Hearts, that's for sure. But then Q.P.R will be a better team than Hearts. In fact, the fact that we only had 6 shots in the whole game was a little bit disappointing. And 3 chances, 5, of which we scored 2 goals. Is that good enough? Who knows? Anyway, at least, but it's more about getting fitness and getting Ange to have a look at the players he wants to bring on the Asian tour. And one thing, the kids are all right. There used to be I've heard the song out. The kids are all right. They really are all right with Tottenham at the minute. They are really. You keep saying Ferguson had his class of '93. This is our class of '24.
Yeah, but look, yeah, it is. But Philip, before I get my thoughts, we got a bit of breaking news. A little bit of breaking Spurs news here. So I'm gonna. This is the new one. I designed this now. I hope you like it. Philip should recognise the music. If he doesn't, then I'd be very surprised. But this is a bit of Spurs breaking news. The music come through, or was that just me?
Yeah. I could hear.
Yeah, I could hear the music. Right. The news is right now. This is according to Team Talk now. Tottenham boss Ange Postecoglou initially aimed to boast of his reveal by signing Chelsea's Conor Gallagher. However, Gallagher seems to be set to stay at Stamford Bridge. Spurs have shifted their focus to Manchester United Scott McTominay. We were just talking about McTominay a few minutes ago, guys. But this just in now, this is a rumour. This is not legit. This is one of these you put in the rumour bracket. And I love your thoughts on this, guys. Man United would be open to allow Mason Mount to leave the club with Tottenham interested in his signature. Mount has struggled to make an impact at United due to injury problems that he had to deal with. Well, we talked a bit about Scott McTominay. Mason Mount. Let's start with the Man United fan first to get his view on this, and then Philip, I'll get yours and tequilas and my thoughts on it. Mason Mount.
Tom's going to be over the moon. He's going to be over the moon with it, Dermo. Getting rid of all their underperforming players and to Spurs.
Now, look, Mason Mount for you, Colin. Is it the right thing to leave? Because I don't think you've been happy with him for the last season he was there, but he has been injured.
Take him. Please take him.
No.
How that man is in the Premier League, I have no idea. He's awful.
What wages is he on, Com? How much you pay him a week?
I can tell you. Bear with me 1 second.
Go on then. This will have a little giggle when he says this.
Now, can I just quickly say while Colin's getting that up? I'm going to totally disagree with you two and everyone in the chat. Okay. I'm going, yes, get him in.
Take him. Please.
No.
I think
do you not take the reckoning of a fella who supports the club he presently plays for on board here? If they don't like him, I don't think we will.
I don't think they like anyone.
£250,000 a week.
Oh, good night. Oh, yeah. Right, sure. Bring him in. Levy will pay that, no bother. You know.
Now,
he must be the most expensive bench warmer in the history of football.
Right. Can I just
him and Dombelli, Philip?
McTominay. I take McTominay 10 times before I take Mason Mount.
Jack Grealish is on £300,000 a week, so he's the most expensive bench.
Oh, right, okay. And they both live in Manchester. That's pretty good.
Right. I'm going to give you my reasons why. These are my reasons why. Right. Firstly, Ange can change your player. We all know he can. There's players that went to Celtic, weren't great, and turned them into world beaters. I think he's been harshly treated. He's been injured, and I also don't think the toxicity that's been at Old Trafford over the last season has helped by certain players. I feel that if he came to Tottenham, it'd be a fresh start. He'd be back in London. and I feel he'd feel more comfortable. And that's what I don't think the price tag helped him either. I don't think Chelsea would. I think when Chelsea sold him, they overpriced him.
Right.
They saw United coming.
You know
with
what?
The price.
You know what?
Coming.
Dermo, this will be one of the first and only times I'm going to say this to you. Stop talking out your arse.
Yeah.
Because Mason Mount is one of the issues at Manchester United. He thinks he's a big fish, and he's not. He's been brought in to fill a role that he can't do. He's not as good as Bruno Fernandes. That's why he's always behind Bruno Fernandes in the starting line. You know, he's on £250,000 a week, regardless of his injuries. He's played 14 times and contributed once in 14 games. Once. If you want to go and spend however much you want to spend on bringing Mason Mount to Tottenham and getting 2 goals a season and probably 1 assist, be my guest. Take him off our hands. You don't need Ange Postecoglou to turn that man into something amazing. You need Harry Potter.
Can I just say, I just love winding you 3 up. The looks on Philip's face when I said I wonder it was a peach. I mean, Tequila's cucumbers just nearly fell off his chair, and Columns went into a rant.
It turned orange.
It fell into my trap brilliantly. I set the trap, and the 3 of you just fell into it like a peach. Absolutely brilliant, and I love it.
You sure you're not just backtracking now, Dermot? Are you sure you're not just backtracking?
He's proper backtracking.
Yeah, I think he's backtracking. He realised when he made a mistake, and he's backtracking. Yeah.
I'm not a politician. I'm not Joe Biden. Anyway, got
a comment from Boris here, guys. Thanks for being a Patreon, Boris, as well. So you want to answer this demo? Yeah,
well, I did welcome to Daniela as well. I will do a career mode on the channel, on our gaming channel for you, for Leighton Orient, Daniela. So we'll get that up and going for you on our Double Dumb Gaming. So please, I will do that. Big up to Boris. He's our Patreon member. I did welcome him at the start, Boris. I did give you a big welcome. And he's saying it's a loan to buy. It's a loan with an obligation to buy. So everyone complains about loans with no obligations. This shows we are serious about getting people out of the club. Look, I think Philip and Tequila and you as well, Colin, it shows that Tottenham have about 80% of the deadwood out at the moment. We've already got a few more to get out. So if you're looking at that, who else is left to get out of Tottenham?
Brian Hill.
Deadwood-wise.
Brian Hill, I suppose. The Chelsea, if he doesn't go to Villa. Emerson.
I could say Daniel Levy, but I won't. Not tonight.
I've got one that's going to make you all unhappy.
What?
Son.
What's that?
He's not going anywhere.
Maybe.
Is it? No, he's too old. You need to bring a fresh player in. He's getting too old. He's showing it. You know, his age is catching up to him now. You need a fresher, younger talent in.
They won't sell Son, not this season. Maybe the end of next season, not this season. I don't think, you know. They're making too much money. They're making too much money on shirts out in Korea.
Look, for me, I think you need to get certain players out. Emerson is one of them for me. I think also Lo Celso is another. Though there's a lot of Lo Celso fans think he can change it around. I don't think he can. Jed Spence, I think, is one of those that will stay. And I've got a question on Jed Spence later on the Q.P.R. game. I think there's about 5 players in total that need to go. Foster as well, because I think we've got enough good backups to Vicario in Austin, in Gonter and Whiteman. And I don't think Foster's needed. Ben Davis, I think, is very good. I mean, I was heard yesterday, Ben Davis is very good for PR for the club and does all the PR stuff. And he's a good club person. So he may stay around. But for me, I think, yes, I think players like that have to go. Emerson has to go. For me, Foster has to go. I don't think you can trust on Foster in goal. I think Austin and Gunter Austin definitely showed in the first game he's a good backup goalkeeper. I think with the saves he made and the save Gunter made yesterday as well. I thought he looked quite competent in goal. So for me, Foster, I think he's too old and he needs to move on, in my view. Emerson, I know we want 20 million for him for AC Milan. I think we might do another loan and a loan to buy obligation to get him out the door. I know View and Spurs says Austin has never played Premier League. Well, it doesn't matter. Foster's not good enough.
No, I'm sorry. You can't say it doesn't matter
Foster
because
is good enough. There's nothing wrong with Foster. He's a good keeper.
You can't say it doesn't matter that he's never played Premier League because only a show or two ago you were banging on about needing Premier League experience to come in.
Yeah.
So which one is it, Dermo? Which one is it?
Yeah, in certain areas, but I think
in all areas all areas.
Yeah, but I think Austin and Gunter are better backup than Foster. That's my opinion. I don't rate Foster. Never have done. I think he should have went a year ago.
I disagree. I think Foster's a good experienced backup, especially bring the younger kids along. And maybe he's got another year left in his contract. Then he probably goes, but he's certainly going to stay this season and be the backup. He might go at the end of the season, but I think he's going to stay.
I'll tell you what, Dermo. Yeah, you can get rid of Foster and we'll take him as the number 2 at United. Because I think he's a fantastic keeper.
Yeah, I just don't rate him. I mean,
But
why don't you rate him? What's he done? That you don't like him?
I just don't rate him. I prefer.
He's hardly played. So it's very hard to rate someone who's hardly played.
You look at Austin, who's played quite consistently, or Gunter quite consistently in the under-21 won something. That showed they're capable number
21s is not Premiership though. It's not Premiership. It's a huge step up. It's a huge step up.
You can say that about Mikey
Foster
Moore.
has got experience. He's played in Southampton. He's played for Celtic. He played. Okay, Vicario played every minute in the league last season. Foster played a couple of the cup ties, but I'd certainly keep him there. And he's going to be there, Dermot, because he's got a year left in his contract. He's going nowhere. You know, regardless what we think of him.
For me, I think Austin and Gunter have done enough to prove to be Vicario's
in pre-season friendlies.
No, I think in the league. Look, that's my opinion.
No, but they haven't played. They haven't played at the top level yet. Foster has for years.
But look, you could say the same about Mikey Moore. You could say the same about.
That's different. That's different. He's a prodigy. He's a prodigy, Dermot. He's one of a kind.
No, it's not different.
He's a prodigy. He's not. Neither Gunter or Austin are prodigy goalkeepers. They're good, solid goalkeepers who will do well in the game. Mikey Moore is a prodigy. He's a bit like Kamal of Spain. They don't come along very often.
Yeah, but it's the same. You play a youngster, and you keep saying, there's a few players that have not been really Premier League ready that have played for Tottenham's first team, and Dean Austin does it. Not Dean Austin. Sorry, he was the fullback. But Gunter, for me, and Austin have proven to me that they are capable to step in when we need them.
Well,
let me put it this way.
Another season under Foster and under Ange, maybe they will be. At the moment, I just say keep Foster as a backup.
Let me just say this as well, Dermo, because obviously this is my area of expertise. Goalkeeping is my thing. The goalkeeper position is the hardest position on the pitch because if you mess up, there's no one there to save you. Nobody, and everybody puts eyes on you. If a Mikey Moore messes up, he's got 10 more people around him that can try and pull him out of that situation. If you throw a kid who's done well in the 21s, and yes, congratulations, under 21s is competitive, but if you mess up as a goalkeeper, as a kid, coming through the system, you're going to get pelted, and that's going to knock your confidence massively.
Yeah, but how many youngsters have come through in any... I know you've been a goalkeeper, right? But how many youngster goalkeepers have come through and done very well? Because they've got no fear. Foster, Daniela said he can't die.
20% of young goalkeepers make it.
We're all shouting for Luis to go at the end because he wasn't playing well.
When you get to a certain age, but you've brought in a goalkeeper to replace Lloris's because Lloris's wages were ridiculous.
And everyone's
wages aren't ridiculous.
But some people were saying last season, Vicario coming in, not me or Philip, let's say this, or anyone on this channel, was saying Vicario's too young. He's not Premier League ready.
He's 25.
He was, but at the time, but I just think Austin, for me, and Gunter for me is a very good number 2. Play them in like the early League Cup games. Play them in certain games. But I just think, as a goalkeeper, I know, Colin, I buy down to your experience, and Philip, I respect your point that you're making. But my opinion is, if you want to move on, if you want to get out people that are still linked with the past, you need to start now. Look, we've heard my view, we've heard Philip's view as well, and we've heard Colin's view. Tequila, what's your view on all of this?
I'd rather bring up this comment about Boris first. Do you want to read us that demo?
In my, is that my IMA? I don't know what IMA means. Sorry.
I'm gonna say this. I'll do it. I'm gonna say this for you guys. I've heard and seen reports from tier 2 sources. We're looking at a South Korean left winger to bring in during the summer as well. Be aware it is a tier 2 source, so not 100%. Do you have a name for us, Boris? Let us know, bro. As to the goalkeeping situation, those two keepers you're talking about have been here for so long, they've become part of the furniture. So they must be some of the least ambitious people in all of football, because they know they're never ever going to be number one. So I do have to question their ambitions in life, let alone now. I mean, I assume it's for the money. What else would it be if it's not for the money? I don't know. They could, we don't really know how good they are, because how often do they get tested? In a pre-season friendly once a year. You know what I mean? I don't think either's good enough to be number 2. I think Forster's fine. I agree with Carm in that way, bro. I think he's fine for a number 2 to play 5 games a season or something. You know?
Yeah. No, look, I get everyone's point of view, but I just think if you're looking to the future and you're looking to build on what Angie's building, then you need to start bringing in these under 20, a generational of players that are good, either outfield or goalkeeper. You need to start putting them as a number 2. How many times last season did we have 2 goalkeepers as substitutes last season? Foster or Austin? It was always Foster and Austin last season. And I think Gunter, out of the 3 of them, in my own opinion, I've seen a bit of Gunter last season by doing watch-alongs on another channel and watching him myself. I think he's capable enough to become the regular number 2 in Tottenham ahead of Foster. I think Foster has had his time. He's only I think his contract runs out now. I don't know if he signed a new 1-year deal.
There's another one. He's another year to go.
Yeah. I just don't think he's good enough Premier League level anymore.
He'll never get playing in the Premier League unless Vicario gets injured, you know?
But the problem is,
right, and I'm just looking up this Gunter that you keep saying, because obviously I've not seen Gunter play. I can only go off of stats and everything that I've seen. And he's been promoted to the under-21s last season, 23-24 season, yeah? So in the under-18 league, he's played 25 games and conceded 58 goals.
That's not great.
That is not good stats for a goalkeeper. Even at under-21, under-18,
yeah,
sorry.
As you say, I've seen them play. I've seen a lot of them last season.
I actually think it's going to be neither of those boys are going to be the backup to Spurs in the end. I'll tell you who it's going to be. It's going to be Josh Keeley, who came in from St. Patrick's Athletic in July 2022. He's 22 years of age, and he's a cracking goalkeeper. So I think he's going to take over from Foster when Foster leaves.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that, Philip. I really do. I think he's a cracking talent. He really is a cracking talent. He could be an Ireland number 1 as well, Philip, in the future.
Yeah.
If he doing with this. But look, for me, I don't think I wouldn't trust Foster as far as I can throw him.
Okay, we'll take it. Point taken. We can move on. We're not going to agree on it anyway. So,
look, could either be this season, like January or next, depending on this show. Okay, if you're a Spurs, yes, Tequila spot on, especially in Austin. You say trust Ange, but Ange clearly feels Foster is the one. Well, I don't know. I just feel that for me, I think if you want to. I just don't think Foster is the one to trust, and I don't trust him. When Vicario goes out injured, you got to throw a player in the deep end sometime. Same as anywhere. Look, on Q.P.R, what was your thoughts on Q.P.R yesterday, Tequila?
I didn't watch it live, obviously, with you guys, so I only could watch the highlights. I thought it was all right. Like Phil said earlier, and it's another one of these. You know, we change the team or 3/4 of the team at half time. it's about fitness. So I honestly don't take that much stuff from it. I think Spence was okay again. What it does tell me probably is that Spence is trying to stay at Spurs. He obviously must think maybe he's got a chance. Who knows what Ange just told him? Maybe he knows that Emerson is about to be sold, and maybe he thinks, well, okay, maybe I can still stay here. You'd imagine he probably wants to, because he knows that any move is probably going to be a backward step in his career. Let's be honest, from Spurs, So maybe he thinks he can make a play to be a squad player. I'd like to think he's realistic enough to know he's probably not going to start over Porro this year, but he could still get himself 20 games. Porro could get injured or sent off or whatever. So there's an opportunity for him. And I think he wants to take it. We'll see.
Yeah, that's actually one of the questions, and I'll bring Colin in this as well. So I'll start. Anyone wants to start with it? For me, I think Spence. For me, this is his first proper crack at Tottenham. I feel he's been badly treated by Tottenham up to now, especially brought in as a pawn between Conte and Levy. And if you have that sort of tug of war going on, your head's gonna go. But he went to Rennes, and his third game, Philip, he had Mbappe in his back pocket. He was on loan at Genoa all last season. And great reports from Genoa, his attitude and everything. He's come back to Tottenham, played brilliantly in the second half against Hearts, played very good yesterday as well at Q.P.R. So has Spence done enough to stay at Tottenham and go on the tour? Because that's going to be important, isn't it?
I think he has. No, I think what you say, being a pawn in a political tug of war with Conte and Levy or whatever, I don't think he did himself any favors by his attitude. He did come down with a reputation for being a bit of a Billy Big Boy. I'm the man in the dressing room and Nottingham Forest. That's why Middlesbrough sold him on to Forest, or loaned him to Forest. So, but I'll tell you one thing: that boy has buckled down and got on with it. He was very, very good at what I've seen so far this season. Pretty obvious. If he didn't give a shit and wanted to get out of the club, he wouldn't have been playing the way he did. He played like it was a cup final against Hearts, and some of the skill he showed against Q.P.R. was mine. But really, he'd not make some guy on a flag. It was absolutely brilliant. Something like you'd see Messi doing. So, yeah, he wants to stay. I hope to God, if Emerson Royale goes, which it looks like he will, that Ange decides, right, I'm going to give you one more season. I'm going to put you in the squad. It's up to you to prove that you can do what I want you to do. I think he will stay.
Foster is injured at the moment. And look, Colin, from an outside looking in, and I want to say something about Boris as well. Boris, he is our only Patreon member. He has joined our Discord as well. So big up, Boris. Thank you very much and Philip, just very quickly on that, we need the support, don't we? And Boris very kindly does support us, and he's very active always in the chat. Do you want to say anything to Boris? Do you know?
Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, thanks, Boris. I appreciate it. Like what you've done, you started the ball rolling there. We need a lot more because, we're in a row with a dispute with YouTube at the minute. So any money earned by the channel has been held up in while that dispute is ongoing. So Boris, tell your friends. Get into the Patreon link went through there earlier. Join up and help us out, because the more you help us out, the more content and better service we can give you. But thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Colin, outside looking in, right, on Jed Spence. Bad reputation at Middlesbrough, as Philip rightly said. Forget who the Middlesbrough manager was at the time. What's his name? It's like he's been around forever. He went to manage up in Scotland.
Alex, was it? The time?
No. He was manager for Sheffield United for years.
You mean Warnock?
Yeah, Warnock. Yeah.
Warnock. You mean Warnock?
Anybody gets on with him, doesn't it?
Yeah. So then he goes to Nottingham Forest, Colin, and not a beep out of him. Love his attitude, everything. He's had to work for everything he's got. But from a fan looking outside in, do you think Spence has the talent to make it at Spurs? And do you think Ange will give him that chance now, if he's come back with a better attitude?
I mean, yeah, if he's come back with a better attitude, I think the only thing I can put his attitude on is that he's only young. He's only young now. He's only 23. You got to mature and learn. Maybe he was a little bit late developing that, thinking, as a professional footballer, is the big I am now. I think he's got abundance of talent. He just needs to get his head down and listen to Ange, and I'm sure Ange will get the best out of him. And you might have an absolute worldie of a player there. We just got to wait and see on what actually happens. I think.
Well, look, I'm going to put this through a vote, like a word answer. So, back up for Porro, Philip. Yes or no for the season?
Yes, absolutely.
Tequila, back up for Porro for the season.
Yeah, I'd give him a chance.
Yeah, Colin, do you think he'd be a backup for Porro this season?
Yeah, I can't see why not.
What I like about this, guys, is Spence. For me, there's a talent there, isn't there, Philip? We've seen. Was he at the game at Wolves? Did we ever see him play live? He only played 4 games for Tottenham, by the way, since he's moved from Forest to Spurs. So, if he was a pawn between Levy and Conte, which it could have well been at the time, Philip, there was a massive argument, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Was he a Conte signing? Was he a club signing? Where do you think? What do you think, as a young lad, to be professional? What's the big things to show that you want to keep him at the club? Is it turning up and training on time? Is it for turning up on meetings on time?
You're answering the question there, but yeah, it is. It's turning up and it's commitment in training, right? Turning up on time,
maturity,
good attitude, not causing friction in the dressing room, knuckling down, not throwing a tantrum if you're not picked in the match you think you should be picked on. They're all the things managers look for. And if he ticks all those boxes, he will definitely be staying at Tottenham.
So, look, we are starting the free pre-season. They're off tomorrow. It's going to be interesting, guys, see who's on that list. A quick question on that. Who's ever on that list tomorrow, do you think that's the squad, apart from any transfers, that Ange will use for the 24-25 season?
No. There'll be other players brought that won't be in the squad, young lads that won't be in the squad.
What,
because let's face it, look at the likes of Vicario's not back, Romero's not back. Dragusin might be coming back for us. I think you'll bring a lot of players along for the experience, but they won't necessarily be in the squad. I think the more pertinent question is who won't be on the plane, because if they're not on the plane, they ain't going on the squad.
Yeah, but that's one of the questions I was going to ask. Who will Ange leave at home? So, you're Ange Postecoglou, and I'm going to ask the same question to each of you guys, and also in the chat. You're Ange Postecoglou, you're sitting in your office, Philip. For me, I would leave Emerson, because Foster's injured. And who else would I leave back? And Højbjerg, because he's left. I think you only leave 2 or 3 back. Who would you leave at home? And would that prove they're not in Ange's plans for next season?
The players that will be left at home are either not in the plans, like Reguilon, who's not even with the squad at the minute anyway, or they're players that will be going out on loan and don't want to jeopardize the loan deal by going on a big long foreign trip. So there's talk of, I heard Will Lankshire's name mentioned as a loan move to Wrexham, which I thought would be a strange move. But I'm not saying that'll happen. But I think any player that doesn't go on the squad will probably be going out on loan over the next week or so, and that's why they're not going. Yeah. And obviously the players that are not in his plans, like Reguilon, certainly won't be going.
Okay. Tequila? Where's your hat on it? Who's not going to be on that plane tomorrow?
I think Ange needs to make a decision on Reguilon, like one way or another. Like
I think he's made it,
because he seems a little bit up in the air. We have no other left backs. Do you think he's already made it? Well, then
he's not even training with the first team at the moment.
Apparently, for another left back, maybe we are. Well, then that's a decision. Then it needs to be sold already. No, I'm fed up with these loans. I tell you, we never get rid of these players. That's why I'm so annoyed at Højbjerg is a loan. Why can't we just do what other clubs do and sell players? What is it about Spurs sometimes?
I think it's the way it's going now.
I think Emerson is out the door as well.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There's a delay when I'm talking, unfortunately, guys. So that's why it sounds like I'm interrupting, but I'm not. It's just there's a delay. It's Reguilon and Emerson, and I'm half tempted to say Basuma. Now, Philip, don't hate me for that.
No, definitely not.
I'm thinking about Basuma more and more. Yeah, I know. I think I would give him another year, but I am on the fence with that one. I really don't know. I don't know. There's something not right with that kid. I don't know. Emerson for me would be definitely one. It's obvious. Emerson obviously is not going to be here, barring some kind of, unless no club wants him, which I find hard to believe. He's a decent enough player.
Yeah,
just not French, bro.
Tottenham, where are you on it? I mean, just before you talk, I've got a bit of news on that Korean player Boris was talking about. The big up Boris. He's Korean's biggest prospect. I'm going to really shit his name. It's Yang Min Hyuki. I don't know if I've got that right. He's going to Tottenham. His transfer fee is 6 million. Now, this is the latest on it. Son has said to actively recommended him to Tottenham. So Korea's biggest prospect, Yang Min Hyuki. I killed his last name, by the way, guys. Going to Tottenham, he's transferred. So what do you reckon to that, guys? We're getting a prospect from.
You have to practice, don't we? You have to practice that one.
Yeah. Right, is my sound deteriorating?
Yeah, it's got bad over the last couple of minutes, Thomas. I don't know if it's just me, lads. Maybe you backed that up by telling me.
Okay, well, listen.
No, it is crackling a lot more, Dermo, unfortunately.
I'll come out then. Philip, you take over the rest of the show. I'll come out then and try to sort out my mic. Sorry. Right.
Yeah, you have to bring up the Dermot. If you could bring up the next section, please. Right, here we go. Okay, these are the preseason games. Obviously, we know we're flying out tomorrow. These games are in Korea, isn't that correct? Maybe I'm wrong. Vissel Kobe are a Japanese team anyway. Team K is the Korean sort of a best of league, I suppose. And then, interesting, 2 games against Bayern Munich. One in Korea and the second one in Tottenham, which is very interesting. The way Harry Kane is looking at the minute, it's doubtful whether he'll be able to play in those matches unless he does a miraculous recovery from his back injury. But it will be nice if it to be introduced back to the crowd again, because I think we never really got a chance to say goodbye to him properly. I know I was at the Shakhtar Donetsk friendly last season, before the start of last season, when he walked around the pitch at the end. But that was a friendly game. There wasn't a full house there, so it'd be nice to get that. So, again, another opportunity. I never heard of Vissel Kobe. I presume they're a J-League team, and obviously must be of good enough standard. But can I ask, lads, what do you think? Is it because of our huge fan base over in the Middle East, or the Far East, actually, the Spurs keep making these trips? I mean, we obviously must be growing our fan base out there. They keep going back there almost year after year. And is it too hard on the players to be going that far and then coming back just a week before the season starts and getting into the end of the
Let me ask you a question, then, Phil. It's like, do you think if we didn't have Sonny, we'd be making these? Because I don't. If we didn't have Son as a player,
Sonny. I mean, I watched Sonny.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
I watched Sonny when he was leaving to come back to London for the start of pre-season, and it was like Taylor Swift leaving the airport. It was just the fans were there, giving him birthday cakes and giving him birthday cards. Like, the man is a national hero over there. So I mean, and the fact if he can get us this young lad in on his recommendation, fair dues. Yeah, but I suppose when you think about it, we've been to Australia as well, where there's a lot of fans. We've been to America, where there's a lot of fans. I suppose the only continent we haven't really been on so far is Africa and maybe South America. And maybe that's in the future, But I think, it's obviously there's an economic reason for going as well. They're making money out of these tours. That's for sure. They're not going out there and paying away all the way. They'll be getting so much of the game.
Well, yeah, of course. Sure.
So there's a lot of money to be made, plus the sale of shirts. And every time we go out there,
it's pretty smart, isn't it?
Oh, it's a smart move financially. It increases our drawing power, if you like, in certain parts of the world. Colin, where are United off to this pre-season?
Oh God, got me there.
Outer Hebrides.
To get beat everywhere.
I know you beat Rangers yesterday. Now, come on.
Well, yeah,
Why
true.
not?
But then again, anybody can beat Rangers.
That's true.
They're a Scottish team, so
Yeah.
no disrespect to Scottish teams, honestly. We've got Arsenal in LA on
Oh,
Saturday,
right. Yeah.
and then we've got Betis in San Diego, and then Liverpool in South Carolina. So we're going to the US, basically.
Tough enough. Tough enough. Decent enough quality, except for the first one, obviously. But anyway, yeah. Just before we continue on about the pre-season, I'm just going to go down through a few more comments on the chat here. Boris is saying, yeah, Vissel Kobe are a J League team mainly known to the rest of the world because Iniesta was there for 5 years. Oh, Boris, absolutely brilliant knowledge. Thank you for sharing that. I wouldn't have a clue about that.
The only player that I've ever heard of from these guys, obviously apart from Iniesta, is a 33-year-old defender called Yuki Honda.
Oh, he used to play for United, didn't he?
No, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Well, that was Honda Civic played for United.
It's not the same one. Yeah. They finished. Well, I don't know whether they're finished or it's their league. Oh, their league must be playing now. They're fourth in the league at the minute.
Yeah, well, it's winter time out in the southern hemisphere now, anyway. So
yeah,
you know, it's supposed to be summer here, but you wouldn't see any sign of it.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. That's better. Yeah, yeah. Right. Go on. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Tequila's doing. Tequila is the chat man. Yes, he's the chat fella. He does the chat for us.
I'm a chat man. Yeah.
What I did, I just had to come in and change something in my settings. So, does that sound better now?
Yeah, there's no crackle now. Although you sound a bit distant, but the sound is a lot clearer. Sounds a lot clearer.
Okay. I've got this thing on here. I don't know. I need to work.
Sounds like you're too far away from the mic there for a bit, you know.
Oh, okay.
No, say something now.
He's sitting on his couch doing it now. That's why. He's not
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Ben White. Ben White will love that. He can get. So look, the preseason for me, right? I think preseason for me, these foreign trips, is great for the club. It's great for fans that don't get to see the team play in the Premier League. That have to come over and pay loads amount of money to get over to see them play at Tottenham Hotspur or Old Trafford or wherever. So clubs, I feel, have an obligation to go to these places. Now, I can't remember us doing the US tour, but we've always done a...
We have done.
But for the last couple of years, we've been in the Far East, we've been in Japan.
Did we do it when we had Frida in goal? Because that makes sense.
Yeah, I think we did.
I think we've done one since then, though. I think we did one fairly recently, you know, under Mourinho or not.
Now,
Mourinho.
Now, all these games, of course, are live here on THFC Till I Die and the Full-Time Sports Network. Next Saturday is be me and Tequila because Philip is away. On Wednesday, it's me and Philip and Tequila. On the following Saturday, it's, of course, us three again. And then Bayern Munich. Now, Harry Kane. When will he make his return? I think it's going to be at White Hart Lane, personally. The return of Eric Dyer as well.
Depends on his fitness, though. You know, if he's fit, he'll play. If he doesn't, he'll just walk out on the pitch. You know?
Yeah. Now, what do you want to see?
Yeah.
I'll start with Tequila on this, and then I'll go to you, Philip. What do you want to see Spurs prove in the next 4 pre-season games?
Tequila?
Prove.
Yeah. What do you want to see? What do you want to see, Bill? By the time we're playing Bayern Munich at home, what do you want to see?
I just want everyone to be match fit. I want Ange to, if he's going to do any experiment, right, any experimentation like he did at Skip with Skip at centre half, which I find a little scary, but you know, needs must, I suppose. I just want him to have an idea about the formation he's going to play, which, let's be honest, he probably won't change formations. You know, he didn't change them last year. He's probably not going to change them this year. But for me, it's about getting up the players' sharpness, being match fit. Honestly, I don't actually mind I don't want to see us lose, obviously, but if we do lose, it won't impact me in any way regarding the upcoming season. Yeah, it's just all about fitness, really. So it's like, you know, if he's going to experiment, though, if he is, then let's do it now and get it out of the way. If he's unsure on any of these, I suppose, fringe players, for lack of a better word, if there are some fringe players, maybe like a Spence, right? Then this is what they're for. If he's not sure about Spence, then this is what these 4 games are for. For example, that's the best I can hope for. I think with that.
Fair enough, Philip. I mean, look, we've seen the first 2 preseason games, and to be fair, I'm buzzing after them. I think the way we've been playing, the way that we're now playing Ange ball, I think the youngsters showed Hearts that they played it a bit better than the first team, Philip. But what do you want to see by the time we get to our last preseason game at home against Munich on the 10th of August, a week before Leicester? Is that the game, do you think, he will line up, especially the first of how we're going to line up against Leicester away for the first game of the Premier League?
Listen, the results of the first 3 games don't really matter. It's getting fitness, it's getting the squad or the team that Ange wants to play. I think with the team that plays on the 10th of August, or that starts that game, will be the team that starts against Leicester, all barring injuries. So we've got 3 matches to get the jigsaw right, and have it right against Bayern on the 10th of August. And then I think we'll be able to see who has made the breakthrough, who's going to be sitting on the bench. And I think there's going to be a couple of surprises. I think there's going to be players in there that we think, oh my God, that was quick. And there's going to be players who won't make the cut. I'll be sitting on the bench for a while. I'm not going to say who they are yet, but I've got my own opinions on it. But I think by the 10th of August, Ange will have that jigsaw puzzle complete and ready to rock against Leicester.
I think so too. Colin, pre-season, I know you guys have gone to America. We've gone to the Far East. If you're looking at it from a player's point of view, is it too much traveling so soon that the players, by the time they get to the first game of the season, that they're a little bit jaded by them because of all the traveling they've done? Years ago, I mean, as a kid, I'm sure Philip can remember as well, pre-season was always in England. Tottenham always played Enfield or somebody like that. It was very rare we heard Tottenham. You may go to Sweden or Denmark or play teams out there. Are players too jaded now? And you also got the Charity Shield for you guys as well. So are you wary about players being jaded before the start of the season?
Normally I'm not, to be fair, but recently, yes, because obviously football games are now longer because of obviously added time and VAR and everything. And we've just had back-to-back international tournaments as well. So they've not really had a break at all, The Euros finished, 2 weeks ago, was it?
A week tonight.
Oh, there you go. A week tonight it finished. And they're playing pre-season friendlies and they're having to travel. I would have preferred it if the friendlies this season were obviously all held in.
Trying to block it out.
Yeah, but can I just get in there and say, really, this all goes down to economics. Playing Enfield and Barnet in a pre-season friendly or Accrington Stanley for United doesn't raise any money. These trips raise money, and that's why they're done. They're economic. They're financial. They're money grabbers. They're money raisers. But one other thing I would say. I know the traveling is hard and everything, but I saw the plane. Remember Spurs fled to Melbourne for a pre-season or a post-season game against Newcastle. You want to see the plane they flew out on. I'll tell you one thing, I'd never get off it. It was that luxurious. So the travel is not so hard when you're traveling in style like they are. I know there's jet lag and whatever, but once they come back to London on the 4th of August, they've got 2 weeks before the Leicester game, really. So there's plenty of time to, acclimatize and get the tiredness out of their legs. But as for the traveling, it's tricky, but it's luxurious.
Yeah. Just last question on this. I'll start with you, Colin, and I'll work my way up. Man United, how many wins do you think you'll get in your pre-season tour?
2.
Right. Tequila, how many wins do you think Spurs will get in their pre-season tour?
Well, after these last 4, 2 of them probably.
Philip, what are you going for?
I'd say 3. I think Bayern Munich might beat us in that on the 3rd of August, but I think we'll beat them at our place.
No, I'm going for all 4. Ange ball.
Yeah.
Ange ball all the way.
Delusional
Ange
Dermo.
Paul. Look, do you expect anything less? You wait till we do our pre-Premier League season show. You want to see delusion. I've already got what I'm going for.
Oh, God.
I'm going to put delusional to the test. The quad is on. Hashtag,
Oh
get on YouTube, get on Twitter, get on X, get on every platform and put hashtag the quad is on. Even
And then you're
Philip
going to wake up.
He's not
And then-
lying either.
Now,
He's
can
not
I
lying.
just
He
say,
believed
He
the
truly
quad's on.
believes it, doesn't he?
can I just say, even last season, Mr. Brady said
Yep.
this year we're going to win the league.
No,
And he
no,
said
hang on. I said this year we're going to be challenging for the league, Dermot.
No, you said last
No,
season.
I'd never be
Spurs-
so presumptuous. I may have let it slip by mistake, but what I really would mean was we will be challenging for the league. I mean, you can't say you're going to win with the likes of Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool skulking around. It's not going to be. It's not going to be easy.
Can I
But
just
we'll
say-
be up or thereabouts. We'll be there or thereabouts.
Can I just say, I think this is the season where some of the big teams are going to falter. I really do feel that, but we're getting to that in the pre-season league season. So, I feel there's always been news that saying
What a
that
comment
Dermo
from
was.
Boris. Dermo, he's spot on about you. Look at this.
I feel there will be news saying that Dermo wasn't a Spurs fan, but it's came from a local asylum.
Yep, 100%.
I cannot confirm or deny that news. So I do
It's
apologise.
true.
We can confirm it.
And
If
then
Spurs,
because-
if Spurs win the quadruple next season, yeah, I will come on to your show and wear a Manchester City kit. I am that confident that it's not happening.
Well, look, the way I look at it is, if we get knocked out,
Somebody record this just in case.
Can I just say, right? This is my honest prediction, right? I think Spurs will win next season. If you want to clip me, clip me. Spurs will win a trophy next season and finish in the top 3. That is my prediction for next season.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can clip me what you want. Spurs will win a trophy next season and will finish in top 3.
So you're not going for the quad. You're going to leave it at 1 trophy.
Yeah, because
Okay, that's all right.
He's
look,
backed out of it now.
Just
I am
one.
back out. It was the idea of Colin clipping me saying we're going to win the quad, and once we get knocked out of the first competition, him just putting it up on YouTube, replaying it constantly. I just couldn't live down the shame.
So
Yeah,
if
but
you know
Dermo,
what
we
I
won a
mean.
trophy last year. We won the Tiger Cup.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
that's
here we
true.
go again.
They're only
You
jealous
and
because
your-
they have. Them lot are only jealous.
I'd
but
do
like,
what?
'cause they've-
I'd
You've
rather
never
take an FA Cup over a Tiger Cup.
Same here. Have to admit.
Anyway,
Yes.
Spurticus says yes,
Still a trophy,
Dermatron.
though,
Quad, yes, Dermatron. Squad assemble. That's it, Spurticus. Big up. Carl says, wait till we go out in the first round of League Cup. Well, we're actually in the 3rd round this year. Tottenham.
Yeah, we got to buy.
We get a buy into the 3rd round. Boris says, I'll go trophy and top 6.
Oh, yeah, because of Europe.
That's
yeah.
a good shout, Boris. And Neil Sharpton says, I prefer top 3 to top 3. Well, we say tree in Ireland. That's how we say it over here. That's how I pronounce my trees. It is tree, 1, 2, 3. Philip may say it differently. I was brought up in my Irish household saying tree. So 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And there's nobody knows what that is. That is Irish for 1, 2, 3.
Is it? No, it's
Or was
French.
that
Actually.
French?
It was French, actually. But,
It shows how much I know foreign language. Big up to Daniel. Big up the show, enjoying it. Thank you so much, Danielle. It really means a lot to me and Philip and Tequila and Colin. Look, we do try to bring you the best shows. Last section of the evening, guys. We're going a bit longer than we hope, but this is the last bit. Transfer talk. Players keep or sell. Very sweet, very simple. I'm going to go to each year and I'm going to name each player and you're going to give me a one word, keep or sell. Philip, I'm going to start with you.
right, Emerson sell. Emerson sell.
I
What about
asked
loan?
hang on. Yeah, you can loan as well. Right, Emerson Royale, Philip.
Yeah, sell.
Foster.
Keep.
Richarlison.
If a 60 million bid comes in from anyone near it, sell him.
I'm going to go back to that. Brian Hill.
Reluctantly sell.
Yeah. Lo Celso could be going to Villa, so...
Well, I'll leave him as a maybe. If he goes to Villa, fair enough. If he doesn't, keep.
Okay. I'm going for the first 2, sell. or sell and sell. Richarlison, I know, is it 2 billion? I think the rumor I heard that the Saudi Pro League have to spend on transfers this window, so he could be going there. Brian Hill, the same as you, Philip, reluctantly sell. I was really hoping the fifth Beatle could have, joined the heavy heights of Beatlemania, but we're not going to get that now. Lo Celso could be going
Fifth
to
Beatle.
Well, he looks like the fifth Beatle. I mean, Philip,
Yeah,
you were around.
Yeah.
You
like,
were
like
around
George
when
Harrison,
the Beatles.
actually.
Yeah,
Like
you
George
were
Harrison.
around. You were around when the Beatles were a thing. So does he look like one of the Beatles?
Yeah, he does actually. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
See, bit George. I thought he looked a bit like John Lennon, actually. But never mind.
Well, that hairstyle can cover any of them really, except Ringo. He's not like Ringo.
Colin, I'm going to leave you to last. I'll give you good time to think of it. Colin, as a footballer looking in, Emerson,
Sell.
Foster,
Keep.
Richarlison,
Sell.
George Harrison,
Keep.
Lo Celso.
Sell.
Right. And Boris, yes, I am Irish. My parents were Irish. My adopted parents were Irish. I lived in Ireland. I have an Irish passport. I'm an Irish citizen. I hate my accent, but I am Irish. Tequila, Emerson.
Sell.
Foster.
Keep Foster.
Richarlison.
Sell.
Okay. Ringo Starr.
Nice.
I like Ringo, but no, he's not suited for this league. Good talented player, but yeah, sell him. Sorry, Brian.
Can I just say that is not the local
And
loony
yourself
bin
as
coming
well.
to
Sell
pick
him all
me up, by
other
the
than
way.
Foster.
Can you hear sirens in the background?
Yeah, that's. I'm just saying.
I should have seen it here.
Can I just say that's not the local loony bin people come to pick me up, by the way, just to let you know.
No, they'll be there in 10 minutes. They'll be there in another 10 minutes.
I told them to stay away. Let me finish.
They finally found you, Dan. It took them long
I
enough.
told you to pick you up at 9:30, Dermot, okay?
Oh, good man, thanks. Right. Yeah, let's also.
Yeah, sell him as well, bro. Sorry.
No, that's grand. Look, I've really enjoyed this show. It's been a great show. One more question left, guys. And it really is. Oh, no, I've answered it. Okay, that's the end of the show. That is it. That's the end of the post-match show, the first one of the 24-25 season. Daniela's come in with a few more. She says, why only these 5? Davis, Reguilon, Spence, Solomon, others. Well, look, okay, she's brought it up, so let's do this again. For you, Ben Davis, leave that up comment. Philip, Ben Davis.
Keep my squad player. Squad player.
Reguilon,
sell.
Spence,
keep.
Solomon,
keep.
Okay.
Others, I don't know who he is.
I don't know who he is. Tequila, Davis.
Sell them all other than Spence.
I like Tequila. The next time, Tequila, I'm going to get a tick. One of them ticking. Do you know them have them ticking clocks on a game show? We're going to have that.
On countdown.
Yeah, just let us know. Colin, Ben Davis.
Sell.
Reguilon.
Keep.
Spence.
Keep.
Solomon.
Sell.
And whoever is the other. For me, keep Ben Davis. Keep Reguilon, because I think we're going to need him as a backup. Keep Spence. Solomon, really, this is his first proper season at Spurs, so keep him as well. So that's my, and who the others. We will do this for the end of the season, Daniela, for the start of the season. We will go. But look, you brought in something in the chat, and that is what we're here for. You know, Boris, Boris says that was that what Scouts are trying to say all the time through them. Better get a PI to verify your claims. It seems. Yeah, very funny. Boss. Are you sure? Are you sure Damo is Irish and not just a scout putting on an Irish accent? I am not Liverpudlian. Philip can prove the proud. I am not from Liverpool. Philip,
I won't be speaking to you.
Let me just say, I'm going to keep the conspiracy theory going there. I can neither confirm nor deny that last comment.
Wow.
I'll confirm it, Dermo, because I won't be speaking to you if you were from that.
That's true. Forgot about
dustbin.
that. Yeah. No, actually, he comes from the other side of Manchester.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right. Hold on, wait. If it comes from the blue side of Manchester.
Look at all the blue behind him there.
Right. Can I just say my adopted parents from Wicklow and Cork. My adopted parents were from Mayo and Armagh in the north. I've got more Irish in me than an Irish person himself. I've got an Irish passport and I am an Irish citizen. Philip can confirm anyone that slags off Stephen Kenny as much as I did is a proper Irish soccer fan. And poor old Philip had to put up how many years was Stephen Kenny in charge?
Well, about 73, I think.
Yeah.
Give or take a decade or two. I
love our new Iceman in charge. What's the next show? Hopefully tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
Dermo was 21 years old before Kenny took over.
Yeah, I was. Philip was only 16, and look what Stephen Kenny's done to Philip.
I'm only 21.
Yeah. I mean, Philip's only 21. Stephen Kenny for 3 years turned Philip into. Look at that. The stress he put us under. Bring back Jack Charlton. And Colin remember 1-6.
Yeah, I'll remember 1-6, but you remember all the titles that you haven't won.
Yeah. Cole thought I was Jamaican. I will tell Mrs. Tron that I'm Jamaican. See what she says. Apparently, I'm Jamaican.
Yeah, you're Jamaican and crazy.
Nothing would surprise me.
Do you know? I really don't know what.
Yeah.
Did you say that? She said nothing would surprise me with my roots.
Adopted.
Yeah, I mean, I am. If you worked out both my parents, right? They're from the 4 counties of Ireland: Ulster, Munster, Leinster, and 4 provinces, and Connacht. So there you go. I'm as Irish can be. Big up to Geordie as well, the best Newcastle fan around. And he says, big up. I like Geordie. Geordie's good crack. Guys, what a great show. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a cracking show. Philip, I'll get you and Tequila's talk in a minute. Colin, thank you for everything you've done. And I'm sure the lads would like to join me in thanking you for all the hard work you put in over the summer, the pre-season, for the new graphics we've got. You are our IT gang. So thank you so much. But where can people find you, sir?
Yeah, no worries at all. It's what I do. You can find me here from time to time. I do pop on just to try and wind some fans up because that's what I do, apparently. Because people like to comment at me, remember 6-1s and all that stuff. But like I said, I'll remember them as I'm polishing FA Cup and Carabao Cup and Premier League trophies. That's fine by me. You can find me on the Full Time Sports Network. It's obviously my home. And also you can find me on the Man United Spotlight, MUFC Spotlight. And yeah, Old Trafford is getting renovated as we speak, Daniela. So you need to come up with a new one there. And not only that, we've got the 8th wonder of the world. We've got a waterfall. What have you got? A racing track.
Colin, I mean, is Old Trafford being rebuilt?
Yeah, it's been renovated.
To what? This is This will be Colin at the end of the season.
Finish about 7th. If you want to go there, let's go there, Dermo. I've got no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Let's do this. Because let's face it, with a team that you've got, I mean, you've not even brought anybody in, to be fair. We've brought one of the most prolific youngsters as a striker in Joshua Zirkzee. We're bringing in Ugarte. So you're doing this because you've got no other answer for it, mate. That's why. I love when a Spurs fan can't come with a comeback. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it is. I could have had a shower. Daniela says, thanks for that, Daniela. Tequila and Philip, we are back. Philip, do you want to again just say, look, thanks for coming on, guys. I think 3 of us are on tomorrow night with Transfer Talk. But again, Philip, do you want to remind people what they get on this channel? It is the only place for your breaking news, isn't it?
You know, you might see other things coming up. Spurs are going to sign, I don't know, give me a name, going to sign Mbappe's grandson or whatever. But no, if we put out a name of transfer, it's either very, very strongly nearly there or is there. We don't clickbait, we don't rumor monger, we don't make up things just for the fun of it, as some channels do, unfortunately. So that you can depend on us for the news. We're very, very rarely wrong. Like Dermot said earlier, we predicted Harry Kane, we predicted Ange coming, and we got the HOJBJERG transfer out there before Sky Sports. So what more do you want?
But anyway, well, that's true. Tequila, thank you so much for joining me. Colin, thank you so much. And Philip, again, thank you so much for joining me. That has been THFC Till I Die, the post-match show. Enjoy your Sunday evening. We're back tomorrow. At 7. There's a couple of pre-records going to come out between now and then, so please keep a watch out for them. But whatever you do, enjoy the rest of Sunday evening. Come on, you Spurs, and Big Ange we trust.